Hallelujah. Okay, y'all. So we got some new additions to the house. When I tell y'all that I absolutely did not plan this, I really, really mean it. Like, I did not plan this. This was totally unplanned that I was going to start hooking stuff up. So I don't have a tripod, but I gotta look at, I love this. This is beautiful, but it kind of looks nice. When I looked at it, it looks nicer against the green wall to my eyes than it does the red wall. When I put it up there, it looked like it was hiding. I don't know if that would go here. I feel like it looked really pretty on the red wall, which is interesting. I mean, the green wall instead of the red wall. Because it could go here. Maybe because that the red is the first one. Hey, Judy. Peace. So, I don't know. I had this since the Cape Coast. It's when I look at it like in the camera, at first I was like, does it go with the house? I know it's crazy. Of course, it has the red, the yellow, the green. Of course, like the red, the yellow, the green. It's the Ghana colors, right? So, I mean, it has all of that. It has a story. Story's interesting. And I love it. But I thought that this would go on this wall. So the idea is that this Carmen Kruma is going over here, and then boom, I want to tell you the story. Look at these beautiful masks. Look, and they're heavy too. Look at the, let me show you. We don't even want to mess it up with it. I don't even want to put my hands. Look at the red lips, y'all. Black, white, and red. Black, white, and red. They are stunning, which will pick up nicely this black and white calabash, and also there's black and white in that mask. So I picture these two, one on over here and one over there, that black and white, and then that red on the lips is not going, it's going to be really pick up the red on the wall. So, and then having this on that wall is close enough to here where you get in the picture. And then this was going to go over here. But I don't know. I don't feel like, you know what I would have to do? If I put, if I, because okay, this corner is dark, right? It's my dark corner. I was thinking since I got those calabash sconces, wall sconces, I could take one of the wall sconces and put it on top of this, and then we would have light in that corner and over the picture. But that depends how much room I have, because I have to raise the picture as it is. And then I take one of the roster picture. I don't know, but we're going to see if I can. I don't have a tripod, y'all, so I forgot to even ask about a tripod, which I will. Okay, good. We can see. Okay, we can see. We can see that wall. So let's see. Let's turn on the lights. And I'll be able to see once I play it back. And you all will be able to see to tell me if you like. I'm going to show you it on both walls, okay? So we're going for this wall first. So this wall first. Long, so. Oh, and y'all only gotta be, I gotta bring it down. Let me just see. See, unless I bring it like to the length of this one. See, I like that. It's just lighting for me. And I don't know about that red on the red. I don't know about that. I think it gets lost. So I don't know how well you can see because I can't put it anywhere else. I can't. Now, do I want it this low? I kind of do because higher there's no light unless, I'll go higher but you won't be able to see it, I don't think. Unless, I mean that's nice too. That of course might be more realistic than of course that's not realistic. So this is more realistic. So let's see, so we may do this one, we may do this one. Now, let me show you it, and I'll, okay, like I said, I'll review it and see. Let's put this right, yeah, that's right, right here, okay? I just want to get that green wall. I'm sorry, I'm trying to figure out what am I seeing. Hold on a second, y'all. The mask, yeah, okay, move the chair, move the chair. Got enough of the chair being moved. Yes, okay. Or, I mean, it's a squeeze. It's a squeeze now. That one might make it a little awkward. But I feel like, and it is a squeeze, it might not work because of the squeeze. I mean, it definitely has more, I mean, it has enough room. It definitely has enough room. I almost feel like it looks better here, because the green is not the same green, but the red is so similar, and I don't know if I like it on the red. I think I really like it here. Which now gives me the same thing. What do I put over there? I guess I ain't find it yet. So, I mean, I could literally put Kwame Nkrumah over there. See how it changes? Oh my God. Now, another thing I thought is I could take that black and white picture and switch it up. I could take the black and white picture and actually change it for over here so that it'll still come with this black and white calabash, and then the black and white mask would be there too. And then that's black, white, and red. I think that might work. And then that means let's try this other picture over there just to see, okay, if instead, such a dark corner. And that's why I definitely know that the calabash lamp, let's turn this, needs to be, the wall sconce definitely needs to be in this corner, and the other corner too. You know that lamp still doesn't light, and I think that would be stunning. All right. So I'm gonna move this for a sec. Make sure that fan is off. Now, how high would I have to put? We have, because that's already short. See, now that we could do it, because it has to go high because of the statues, but it would have to go pretty high. I don't like it. You know what? I really don't think I like it on the red. I like it on the green. I don't like it on the red. And that's the problem. That there lies the problem, as they say. So now we gotta look at another thing. A sec. Okay. We gotta look at another thing. Now we gotta look at, I was wondering if the masks need to be bigger for the red. Well, I think they'll look great. Okay, hold on. We are doing the best we can with what we got, and that's a great thing. That's a great thing. Please don't, just be good. Hey, you know what? Yeah, just real quick. I kind of want to see, please be good, please, what this would look like. Oh, yeah, that would be beautiful. That would be stunning. It would be gorgeous. It would be gorgeous. Yeah, it would be gorgeous. Because it's the black and white and the red, so that makes sense that would be gorgeous. Okay, so now we got to turn back on the fan. Excuse me. So, what y'all think? Hey Ma, were you able to check on my door beads? No, and I was there, but I'm going back tomorrow. I'm going back tomorrow, and I will definitely check on your door beads. I am so sorry. Tomorrow is not a problem at all. I will go back tomorrow. I got to go back tomorrow anyway. I actually have to go back tomorrow. So I will check on them tomorrow. Thank you. I know I had to mail out a sister's thing, and it's mailed out. And I'm so happy that I got to do that. Okay, cool. Yes, but I will definitely do that because it needs to be done. It needs to be done, and I want to do it too. On top of everything else. So, absolutely. Okay, absolutely. Okay, y'all stay right there. So, I have all my lashes on there. That's good. All righty. Let's think about what we're gonna do in here. Oh my God, I love this black and white and red masks. I love them. Oh, dang it. So it was funny because we were looking at, a few other black and white masks. And I said, Quaku, and they showed us a really nice one. It was beautiful. It was long, it was beautiful. But I want to tell you the story on these masks because I love the story of the finds. To do like a weekly or a monthly thing, stories about the finds, because the stories are what makes it to me, just as much as the artwork itself, right? So, I'll show you the mask. Hold on. Okay, I'm going to show you the mask so you can see. So I had already, for maybe even a year, I've been seeing these black and white masks, different styles, different ways, but black and white masks, right? So here's the beautiful, oh my God, I can't even explain to you. This is decor. This is design. This is like if you have a house that you're designing, and then just think about it with that calabash lamp over there. This is decor. This is design. This is, of course it'll look good, and of course it'll look good on the black wall. It'll look good on the red wall, right? It'll even look good on the green wall if you want to go there, but the black wall and the red wall is just giving. Like you see the black, you see the me and the red and this. Oh, isn't that gorgeous? It's like a mask, but now we got like a little decor. It's like mask, but decor. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I love it. So I got two. And of course, because they're carved, no two is exactly alike. There's always that slight variation. Look at that, and the red next thing, the red lip is given. And it's gonna be bad up there, especially since you see how much I love these. If I love it that much, just imagine I'm sitting here and all I do is get to see it all day long. I'm very happy with this purchase. Another keeper, we maximizing, it's very beautiful. We love her. And then with that black and white calabash lamp, OMG. So now, the roster one. The colors definitely go. Now, when I think about this one, this picture, let's go here. When I think about that picture, I think about these chairs, right? That's why I was thinking there, but I gotta see when I replay it, how did it look up here? Because I think this one is gorgeous, but I think it would go great on that side wall with a sconce on top. Because think about it. Let's say we do this one, right? And we switch it to over this wall, which was a suggestion. And we got the black and white calabash lamp, and then we'll have the black, white, and red mask over there. That is just going to say something right there. That's going to have a lot to say. If I was to do it, yeah, that's good. That's going to have a lot to say. So I'm thinking about doing that. And then when this goes in that corner, which is a dark corner, I would take the wall sconce and put the wall sconce on top. Sorry, I'm trying not to get too much of that. And put the wall sconce on top of this black and white and red. And it's crooked too, so I really want him to take that off. But I really don't want to do it because I just need you to put it up there and not put all the damn nails in the wall. Because then I got to fix that too, then paint. It's ridiculous. But, so I got to see with the red, yellow, and green. I like things to bounce off each other. I want that red, yellow, and green picture to make sense with the red, yellow, and green chair. And it does. I mean, I might be overthinking it, you know what I'm saying? And the Kwame Nkrumah, I'm kind of like upset because I really want that either to be in the middle or, that's it, in the middle. Or don't put, let's just say we don't put Kwame Nkrumah in the middle. We put Kwame Nkrumah on the wall with the black, no, because this would be going over there. That means the roster one would either go here or there. But because I want the statues over here, Kwame Nkrumah might actually go better. might actually go better over here, because then I don't have to worry about the painting being too long, because it'll be short, and then I can put more of the statue mask up there. And then I feel like the rest of them should go in that corner, but it's kind of squeezed. I'm gonna look at the, I'm gonna look at the. I'm just thinking out loud. Like, my mind is running 1,000 miles a minute. And look at the nice little tablescape that I feel like we happened upon the tablescape. Because the masks, remember, masks don't have to be on the wall. They can also be on your table. But this is my clay pot. I got oatmeal I had from this morning. I had some in the pot still. It was left over. And I didn't feel like cooking a whole meal. So we eating that. But I love the clay pot fitting with the whole. And then I told you I put my fern in here. I want to see if it's going to be too much sun or it's going to be the perfect amount, because it definitely makes the table so full and beautiful. And this was the this is the plant table. And then don't forget, we got this mask too, which really does look very nice on that green wall. So I don't know. So the roster piece, the only place that's left is here. It would be nice, no, because that I got to put statues, and then the wall sconce won't be able to go on top. That's a very long piece, and that's why this is over here is nice. Thank you, Picture Perfect. So beautiful in there. Thank you, darling. We having fun. We are definitely having fun. I just laughed to myself because I was saying this, I think, in another video. I was like, so I did not think that this is what I would be doing, is fixing up the house, but I gotta go with spirit. So I gotta tell you a story. So I've been seeing the black and white with the red lip mask for some years. And they always stood out to me. Because, I see masks for years, all day, every day, So for something to stand out, it's pretty special, because after a while, just like anything else, you kind of get used to it. But although there's always some new stuff at the art center, like I saw these wooden cups. I did it on the video. I think I showed it on the video. It's definitely on this channel. And I got to get those wooden cups. Like, I want to get those wooden cups tomorrow. Those wooden cups on the tablescape would be beautiful. So I really want the wooden cups. So anyway, so I said, Quaco, I'm going to go soon. But before I go, I would really like, okay, I'm going to say another place. Another thing that black and white catches is the black and white in the pillows. The black and white in the pillows, and the black and white and red. The black, white, and red, again, is in those pillows. In addition to the red, the black, and the green, too. Red, black, and green. You see, that's what you want to make sense. You want some, keep going back to red, black, and green, but it's okay to do it. And even those are black, an orange wall. Even though this is green, like, this is my orange wall. Okay, I'm trying to stay focused. I'm tired. I had a long day today and yesterday, and I got to go back tomorrow because I want to ask about Judy's things. I got to do one more thing. Like, I got stuff to do there, and I don't. Oh, but it's good because I do love the stuff that's there. It's good to go away for a while and come back and really see new stuff. So, okay, so we're going to go. So, I'm looking for these masks. So I said, Quaco, I need black and white masks with red lips, and I would love to have that, and could you help out? He's like, okay. So I went to a couple of places. One had a very long one. It's absolutely beautiful black and white mask, long. And I thought it wouldn't fit in here, but it would actually fit if I put it on top. But it's okay, I only have one, it didn't matter. No, he said he's going to make another one, but they wanted a lot. So then I said, I actually wanted a little smaller. I want to ensure that it fits. So let's get them a little bit smaller. It doesn't have to be black and white. It has to be black and white, but not as long. We go through all these shops looking for the right one. Just couldn't find it. Now, I started off at the shop where you see I sit, where Kojo sits. I started off there. That's where I started, right? So so me and Quaco said, okay, we looked around, and luckily I didn't buy anything. We look around. We're not finding anything close to well, we find the stuff, but no, it just wasn't perfect. It had to, because this is a size dimension you got to think about, And then we're walking back. I'm pooped. I said, okay, tomorrow's another day. and right on the wall, in this place where I'm sitting. So basically, see me sitting on that lazy chair. There's a column. On the column on the other side is the two masks, the size that I want, and most of all, the person that I want, because I know I'm also gonna get the deal that I want. And Kojo's the best. Like Kojo's always been there for me, and right there, it's like the whole day was like that. The taxi, I went in the taxi. I'm wearing red. The taxi was red and black interior. I go, and it came perfect time, everything. I walk in, I'm ready to go to the post office myself, which is, I don't prefer to do that. People says, Madam Lisa, I look, he said, I'm here. I was at this other job, I couldn't, at the phone, yeah, I'm here. So, you need to work? Yes, because I need a bowl too. I need bowl, which is the big, where you either wash clothes in or you wash yourself in. And so he said, okay, and I need him to mail it. I walked out this morning, I said, I wish I had a Afrocentric home design pouch so that I can put the sister's jewelry that she ordered, because that's what I mailed when I went to mail out today. I wish that I could put it in there. And I also said, because I took a long time to mail it, I'm late, I also would like, I wish I had a free gift to give her, that I don't have to pay for another piece of something to be made. That would be perfect, right? So I go to the art center and I say, Quaco, I know we got some jewelry boxes. Let's get them out because I want to pack her stuff in the jewelry box. Quaco comes back and says, oh, I just wanted to show you, you got some head wraps that you never used and in the pouch. I said, oh my God, that's the pouch. Let's use that pouch. That is in the jewelry, in the box, in the pouch. And he says, oh, I said, let me look for some. He said, I got some smaller box, and opens it up, and all the smaller box has the account names in the box already, but not all the names. Now, I want to give her a free gift, and I thought, oh my God, it would be so, I want to give her one of the necklaces, right? And the thing is, there's 7 account girl names and 7 account boy names. It's to match the 7 days of the week. I had 4 account girl names. I had a Kosia, how you say it, how people depend on who you are, which is girl born on Sunday. I got Afia, which is girl born on Friday. I had Ajua, which is me, girl born on Monday, and Abana, girl born on Tuesday. What's so funny is, I woke up this morning and said, dang, I know I left my Ajua pendant in the Volta. I woke up this morning and said, with this dress, it would look so nice if I had that. Well, I don't have it. Quaker pulls it out and says, oh, you have these boxes with the Akan name necklaces. I said, oh my God. I said, I'm going to keep the Ajua, because I'm a girl born on Monday, it's Ajua. I said, but it would be so nice, well, we got to hope so, because it's only 4 other names. I said, it would be so nice if we were able to, I said, I'm going to ask the sister that I'm sending the jewelry to, I want to ask her what day was she born? What is her born day? So that means the year you were born, there's a day on that year. Not just your birthday is October 12th instead of 13th, but what day in the year you were born, that's your Akan day, which has an Akan name. I said, well, we only now, because I took Ajwa, we only got Afia, Akosia, and Abana, and Ama. So we had Ama, Akosia, Abana, Afia, and Ajwa. But there's 7 names. We had 5. And I wanted one, but if she was Ajwa, I would give it to her. So she tells me, girl born Sunday. She says Sunday's her birthday. And Akosia. I had the Akosia one. So I was able to give it to her. The whole day was popping like that. I go buy this thing, a big bowl. These bowls are, and especially in those soon other places, they're so expensive. I know that people, they feel they probably cheated me, but I know I pay a couple of $100 Ghana CDs, if not more. I went to this place that we went to in Accra. It was 65 CDs. The bucket where I want to do my bath in. So we got the bucket. The masks were right where I was already sitting. The car coordinated with my clothes. Oh, and the shipping wasn't as bad as I thought the shipping was going to be as far as every single thing lined up perfectly. That's thinking positively. Everything, even the framing wasn't as much as I thought it would be too. So it was a good day. I'm tired. I'm a little drained. Um, look at this plant. Okay, so remember I wanted to see if this plant would do better or worse. It was doing pretty great in the bathroom. It was very light, but I'm seeing here that this is a little dried up. So this may actually be too much sun. I don't know yet. I mean, it might not be either, but I will keep an eye on it for tomorrow. Doesn't really look bad. We'll see. This one is turning on the bottom because I overwatered it, and I know that I overwatered it. It don't even need to water next week. Yeah, I overwatered it. This one did better than somebody's because that this shade, the window was closed because I went out today. A new one's coming too. It looks good today. And these do fine in the sun. They love it. So yeah, y'all. It was a pretty miraculous day. Yeah, I'm gonna keep an eye. And if I find it's too much sun, then I'll put it back in the bathroom. But I see these two was going towards the sun. It might be great. We'll see. Let it acclimate. We just changed it. Anyway, I'm a little tired. I want my energy down. I want everybody else's energy to be down. And y'all is busy. Good morning, Master. It's very beautiful. Thank you. How are you? Alervisa Davis. How are you? I love those masks, sis. I love the masks. The masks do something to me. It's so nice to find African things particularly that do something to you because African stuff is so spiritually charged. You know what I'm saying? They're already highly spiritually charged. So to get stuff that feels meaningful to you, because they're already highly spiritually charged. So why do I keep repeating that? Because if they're already highly spiritually charged, that means they ain't nothing to play with. You know what I'm saying? That means that you would want the energy to be matching your energy. I believe, working around this a while and being around it all my life, most of my life, some level and then more when I got older, is that they are ancestors coming back. That the mask down to this one, because this one is powerful. The other ones are nice, but this one is powerful. She ain't going to anybody. She is not going to anybody. She's an ancestor. There's no doubt in my mind she's an ancestor and she's a protector. She's an ancestor and a protector. And I truly believe this. So these pieces, yeah, they're for you. They didn't come for anybody else but you. I can see I might have broke over here. But it's okay. It's part of the story. You know, there's some of these, they've been around, at least around our center. I'm not saying they're from 100 years ago or even 50. But they might be 5, they might be 10 years old, they might be 20 years old. And so that's part of the story. Who had them, or when were they made, or how long the person, the vendor has them. You know, it's all beautiful stories. A lot of it is, and let me just say, the masks are carved every day. I'll show you a place where they carve them. So the masks are not necessarily old masks that has been around forever. Those old ones that been around, first of all, they were stolen off shrines. So a lot of times people, even though the other Europeans came and stole them off people's shrines. So a lot of those old masks that people think that they really want, it's going to be very hard to get. You might not, because it's a story to them old ones. So antique masks, there's not that many. If they are, they're probably some places in Europe or other places. Antique meaning hundreds of years. But the mask, like this one, I know that they carved the wood. They could have carved it and made it 3 days ago. So don't feel no way that they're not African masks because they're not old. Yes, they're African masks because they're made by Africans in Africa with the same intention that their ancestors made them in. in the same way that their ancestors made it too. So it's not less. That's what I want to educate people on that. It's not less. Oh, I want the old ones. You okay? Well, they got the ones that look old, meaning it was in the dirt, but they're not less than. Unless they're machine made, then that's a whole nother story. But I'm telling you that those black and white ones are carved. I watch the carvers every day. They carve and they sand all day long. And then they paint it. And the painting is about the artist. This is when you get artistic. The painting is about the artist. What does the artist want? What is the artist feeling? So the artist was feeling black and white and red. It's in the same tradition. It's all the same. But just so you know, I want the ones that wasn't made yesterday. Well, most of them were made yesterday, but they at least made by Africans with the same tools and carving tools. No sophisticated tools. There's no sophisticated. They're not carving over there with no machines. And they're carving by hand. They're carving. And they're carving wood. They're taking wood and carving a mask. So they're by carvers. Don't get caught up in the antique so much that make me feel like if it's not that, it's not original. It's original. The ones that you won 100 years ago, they were taken off shrines. They have spells on them. They were made for different reasons. Some, yeah. And you won't find those. I mean, unless you're somebody that says they're a collector, they can verify that this is 100 years old. You don't even need those. You need, these are beautiful. These are, it's the same carvers. It's the same tradition. It's the same people. It's African masks. And the work, when you see the work that they do, you would want them. You know what I'm saying? You want to pay. You don't want them, the ones that's made in China. Now, China does make some masks. There's no doubt about it. And all theirs are exactly the same. And every detail is perfect, and there's no variation. So you want to see variation in masks because, especially when they're carved by hand, it should be something off. Or they're not exactly like, look at these. They're not exactly lined up the same. They shouldn't be lined up. The eyes are not exactly the same size. We love that. That's what we want. So they're hand carved, handcrafted. And I love that. I love that. I mean, I know somebody definitely carved this one. I mean, all of them. And then you got, this is a cowrie shell, and it's been here for a while. I love that. I really love that. I love that very much. Now, if you wanted to even shine these up, you could actually do that. If you like yours very shiny, you could do it. But I just wanted to give you that. They do make them there at the art center. There's 1,000 carvers. That's why if you want a mask and you say, I want another one, they say, okay, give me a day or so I can get the carver to make it. So the carver will make you 2 or 3. So yeah, I learned a lot in being in the art center. And I could say whatever I say, something about the vibration and frequency, but the work is amazing and fabulous, and Africans are so dang talented. And we thank God that they kept the tradition, and the tradition is still passed on. It's very important. We don't want to lose that. Like, I love it. Like I said, I see things all the time. Like, of course, I see things, so, everything don't do it for me. But when I go away and come back, everything does do it for me. You know what I mean? I won't even say don't do it for me. That would be a lie. It's just, I know some stuff. There's certain ones, too, that's just not my taste. It's not that they're not nice. It's the ones that have, actually, it's kind of those, the 2 I got over there. It has the metal piece on it. I don't know if I like that for me, but I got it because I bought it from this place. But there's still a mask made in Ghana. I watch the carvers all the time. All the time. And it's beautiful. And it's real wood, and they take the woods just like the old way of being made. It's quite beautiful. And it's quite, I don't know, it's just something. And I look at it because I can see how the Ghanaians, they take it just like, if they could be selling the art or they could be selling water. There's no difference in the two to them. But it doesn't matter about that. It doesn't matter that they're selling what they have to sell. Because the makers are not usually the vendors. The makers are the ones that produce it. And then the vendors come to the makers and they buy it. And then you buy, and then they sell it to you. It's all good. I mean, that's life. That's the way it is. That's beautiful. So when I think about when I sit back one day, it might be a year from now, 3 years from now, especially if I move out of Ghana, I realize that I'm I'm going to realize then the blessing and the fortune I had, how fortunate I was to work there and to be a part of that, especially as a Black American woman. Today I was there, and we were going in the back uh, to the producers, and and I just, oh, I need a moment to. I really got emotional because I was like, wow, look at my life. I'm in Ghana, in the back of the art center, with the carvers and the craftsmen, by myself. I came kind of by myself. I came with somebody, but I left by I'm still here with myself. Now, I mean, it's one thing to think you're gonna come to visit. Realistic, it can happen. People do it all the time. Another thing to think that you're gonna live here. Now, a little more, you see it. But another thing to know it so well, you can move around by yourself. I do feel like I'm ready for something new. Because it's so normal to me now. It's normal. It's not. It's just normal. You know, I don't say it's just normal, but it's just normal. It's not. Yeah, nothing really probably turns me on. Yeah, I don't know if I got the turned on vibe. Not that it's because something's wrong with here. It's just I think I'm used to it. You just start to you get used to it, and I'm definitely used to it. I'm very much used to it. Yo, what am I doing? What am I doing? I don't know. So nothing really turns me on. Oh, and this is my dress I designed. It is a beautiful red linen dress. Don't you think it's lovely? It's, honey, I don't be hot at all in linen, and I think I've been wearing linen every day almost. I'm gonna wear linen tomorrow again, but. So yeah, I really try to make myself not feel it, but I just walk through like I'm not even connected anymore to the people, not the people and the people itself, the happenings around me. Just another day. And I guess, you can't expect the place that you vacation, which I guess did I ever vacation, to be, to not feel like home at some point when you live there. It's not gonna always feel like a vacation, it's gonna feel like it's home. So I don't know if I'm necessarily looking for a new feeling, to feel like I'm a traveler, or I think I'm just looking for something that I'm not just walking by and not really into or caring who's around, or I'm not as fascinated with anything. I'm not, I'm not saying I don't like that. I gotta just go with it and move towards what turns me on. But it doesn't do it for me. And like I said, it's been like that. I think that it was about when I think the first year and a half, right before I met the ex, I know for sure I was thinking, maybe it's Accra, and that's when I wanted to move. And I did. I moved 2 times. One time, I lived in one and I moved to another one, then I moved to the countryside. Because I kept saying, that's got to be it. It's not the whole Ghana, it's Accra. Then I moved to the Cape Coast, and I was like, that's it. It's not the countryside and Accra. I got to go to Cape Coast. And no, I learned the country fast. Yeah. And I think I'm looking for another conversation. But I don't know. So I'll sit and think about it. We can go into it and theorize, but I'm still grateful. I'm very grateful, because what I don't want to do is, wherever you go, there you are, that it's not a they thing, it's a me thing. It's always a me thing. You know what I'm saying? It's always an us thing. So I'm really being cognizant of that and just sitting with myself and seeing if there is a next and what that looks like. All right, y'all. I can't believe I'm so tired. I'm going to tie up at this. I feel drowsy. Uh, you're right. I also like the original, and they all have meaning behind their story. Yes. Yes, your dress is beautiful. I love it. Thank you. Yes. Yes. Well, they're all original. If you talk about the masks, that's the thing. The masks are all original. There's not one mask. I mean, there's masks unless you mean the Chinese. The Chinese is definitely not original. They're fake. They're made in China by a machine. But all of these masks are still original. I mean, the mask you want from the carver that's dead for 3 generations, that's not, you're not gonna get that mask, and you're not even gonna want that mask. That mask, like I said, okay, so shrines are things in people's houses, but people put up shrines for different reasons. You don't want the spirit of those ancestors to be up in your house. You kind of want the new ones or the ones where the carvers are carving today. Like I said, it's a mindset change. It's like a belief that if they're not made 100 years ago, then they're not original. Because then, what about the 100 years before that? Would the 100 years ago be original? Although not you necessarily. Would they not be original? It's just a mindset change. They're all original. They're all made right now. They're all made by a carver. They're all made in the same way that carvers did back in the day as well. And I think that's what I would like you to know is that don't think it's like, oh, this is not real, or, oh, this is fake. It's not fake. It's not fake. It's just a different way of understanding. But I know you understand. So, yeah. So if they say, so I don't know I'm sure that there's some regulations to label something antique. And I don't know if antique it has to be made in the last 50 years, in the last 100 years. I'm not sure. But some of these, somebody told they wasn't antique, you would think they're antique. Not necessarily these, but there's other ones there. But they're not antiques. They're not antiques. But they're original. Original meaning they were made by Africans in Africa in the same ways that many of their forefathers, and because I think men made the mask, made it as well. And just understanding so you don't go and be like, oh, I'm not going to get you're going to pass all these people with masks today. They're not antiques. And the arson will say these are considered antiques, but they're really not antiques. They're antique. When we say antique, we're talking about old, and we call old the original. Like these are not original. Not original to me is, I don't know, the Chinese is making it. Those are not original. Those are not African. Because we're calling these African masks. We're not calling them Chinese masks. We're not calling them Indian, Native American masks. We're calling them African masks. So they are African masks. They are made by carvers with basic wood. There's all kinds of woods actually they use. Depending on this is a heavy wood. Some are lighter woods. That's why they go by the price. When you see a price difference besides size that qualifies the price difference, it's because also it could be the wood. The wood might be a lighter wood or a cheaper wood. And they don't say cheaper, they say a wood that's more common than a wood that's not. So go for that. I would, if you come shopping for a mask, ask them about the wood more than if it's an antique. It's not going to be an antique. You talk about and our house 100 years ago. Those are off shrines. They were stolen. They were not, 100 years ago, they was not selling them at a market. They were used for ritual. You don't want those. I mean, you don't think you do, but you don't. You want masks that were made, and they ain't putting up all kinds of stuff in that mask. You know what I'm saying? But when you do shop for masks, I would ask for the wood quality, because the wood, that's what determines the price of the mask too. Is it a common wood, meaning this tree they can get so much of this, or is it a wood that's a little harder to find? Maybe not as common, maybe so far out the area. Now that's a different thing too. And then also buy what you like. Don't buy it because you think this is gonna, buy what you like because you gotta live with it. And if you like it, it likes you, because it does still have spirit in it. It's a tradition to put your spirit or a spirit up in the mask. It's a tradition. So yeah, buy what you like. Ask about the quality of wood. If they tell you it's antique, especially at the art center, it's not antique. It's not antique by whatever the guidelines of what antique is. It's not. but it doesn't make it less. It's even the artwork. The artwork, sometimes the guys that'll meet you at the front and tell you, or maybe you'll even go into a gallery and sometimes you'll ask them, hey, did you paint it? The one that's in the gallery, what you think is the owner. They'll be like, yes, they're lying, they didn't paint it. They don't have to lie, it doesn't matter, but were they not painted by African men, because that's who most of the artists are, were they not painted by an African man in Africa and Ghana? He's a Ghanaian. They were absolutely painted by Africa. That's why it's African art. And did these people probably never traveled and went anywhere? No, so it's really African art. They're literally painting their surroundings and what they see. So I don't know why they say they're the artist. It's not necessary to say. It doesn't take anything away from the pieces. Now, maybe they might say, a lot of times, Africans don't actually believe in signing work. They don't believe the work is theirs. It comes from the divine. So they typically wouldn't put their names on it. They do it more in, I don't know how many years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, I'm not sure. Because Americans put value, we want artwork so to appreciate. Everything's commodified with us. Everything is about the money. So now they might sign it. I can't say if it's the original person that did the work because, somebody else, there might be 3 or 4 of those paintings because if you want it, they'll sell it to you and they'll sell it even though, because you liked it and you think, oh, well, that's the only one. They go, no, I can get my brother to paint it for you. They're that good, they can paint. So, but you might say, but dang, that's not right, that's somebody else's artwork. It's actually not somebody else's art. They don't look at it like that. They don't look at it as, now there are artists here that are in galleries and stuff like that, and they've traveled, they wouldn't want nobody repainting their work. But it still happens still, it doesn't matter. So it's not, they don't believe it's my work. It's whoever can paint it, it's their work. Because even the person you think did it first, didn't do it first. Even the dresses I get from Esther, I go, oh my God, look, everybody's doing Esther design. This is what I was telling him. And Kwame said, well, no, Esther, he said the designs a lot come from magazines. It could be the designs, the style of, let's say, the dress. They could have got it from, it was in Fashion Week, or it was in New York Fashion Week, down the runway. And so they'll take that design, that silhouette, and they'll put it in African clothes. So the reason why you see everyone with it, selling it, and making it, is because and to them, they're not, it's the new style, so this is what we make. What makes it African is Africans that have not been outside of Africa. It is African women making it. Most likely they're sitting amongst other women making it. If it's a lot of the cloth, it's men and old men sewing it. It's old men sewing it under a tree and having beautiful, fun conversation. A lot of times it's in their leisure. A lot of the baskets are made by old men in the village in their leisure time. They go under the tree and chill out with their older friends. It's the story. It's the culture. You're buying a piece of something that represents Africa in its purest form. It represents the people and the way that they do things. It took me a minute. I thought they were being deceitful or not. They're really not being deceitful. You want that painting? I can paint it again and again. The name on it might not even be the name of the person, because there is no one person. It's hard to say who did it first if everybody's doing it. We call it copy, now they call it copycat, but it's not necessarily, so when we come, we make some design or some fashion, everybody gonna make it. And you get mad and they don't. They feel like more for everybody. Now all of them sell it. And it'll be their twist, it'll be a different fabric. Everybody can't do exactly the same, so there's always some variation in it at the same time as well. And that's something that I really have to say that I learned. Now, do I like a lot of some shops in our center, like they'll, especially with some of the mass places, they'll sell it, but it be that there are ones that I will say that's a little tchotchke, they call it, like you can buy it at the airport. I don't like those. I don't like, the ones with the AKA symbols on it. Not the AKA, I said AKA, what do you call those? Black sororities and black fraternities. I don't like those at all, but for those people, you can have those. Or just ones with the GME and the green. There's certain ones, because the wood is also common, so that's why I need to, let's go and find me something that is amazing. But a lot of times, everybody's there for different reasons. And some people are just there to make money. They don't really care that as African Americans or diasporans, because you could be Caribbean, that we really want something unique and different. Actually, not every tourist wants something unique. They want something they want it just like they go to a souvenir. Some of the shops in our center are souvenir shops. Some of the shops will put in something that's a little more unique, different, funky, a little more traditional. So, and that's okay because some people don't care that these are a dime a dozen. It's not to them. They're going back home. They ain't gonna see it like the same way they seen it here. They just want something that was made in Ghana. And so for that, I say yes, those are fine. I never used to think that, but now I think if it's the Shosky stuff, if it's the souvenir-like stuff, that they got so many, they can make you 1,000 if you want to. Take them home. Sell it yourself. They'll do it for you too. It doesn't matter. It is made in Ghana by Ghanaians. It is. That's what most people care about. I bought this in Ghana. Was it made? You just don't want to think you bought it in Ghana. It was made in China. You don't want to think that. And somebody said there are some there. No, somebody said there's none of us. I don't know. I don't. I know I see the carvers carving. I see with my own two eyes. I could tell you. I would not lie to you. And I don't even sell masks, so I have nothing to lie to you about. Nothing at all. So yes, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. I'm learning a lot, and like I said, I think it's invaluable, the stuff that I've learned, but I won't really know until maybe I move away from it. So yeah, if you came to Ghana, go to our center, you will love what you bought. You will be very grateful. It is authentically African. It's authentically Ghana. And most likely it's made by Ghanaians. If they're not Ghanaian, then they're or other Africans that might be here that work there, the Nigerians or the people from Nigeria. The people from Nigeria, I don't think they're called. Different countries produce different things, and a lot of times the Nigerian people, they're either the forex people, that ones that trade your money, your dollars to CDs or any money, or they sell a lot of stuff on the streets, like the sponges and all that is the Nigerian people. Everybody got their specialty. The Nigerians are really known here for their leather. If you want leather, you want to go to the Nigerians. And the leather that's here is usually coming from and through Nigeria. But they also sell leather right here in Ghana because all you need is an animal to get the leather. I'm sorry, I don't want to hurt nobody, but I'm saying some good quality leather, yeah. Everybody got their thing. The Togolese people do the roping thing that I was telling you about. The Ivory Coast people do the mats that I was telling you about. It's their work. It's their profession. It's their art, which is really beautiful. The Mali, mud cloths come from Mali, but there's lots of mud cloth in Ghana. Then they got all kinds of cloth that's in Ghana, but then they got the northern people got theirs, and there's Akan people got theirs, and the Ewe people got theirs, and it goes on. So it's very cultural. There's not, fake in Ghana, hard because what they have is what they have to sell. And what they have is African things to sell. They have that. So when you do come to Ghana, do go to the art center, buy something. And if you pay more than maybe they would have normally sold it for, it's still going to be a better price, unless it's just absolutely not, than when if you it's still not going to be as much as I don't know how to say it. You're still getting a great deal. Because it was a friend of mine that realized it. I tell you, I had an ex, he used to do tie and dye and batiki. Lots of work, intricate, detailed, layered, but they have to sell it for nothing. Because people think, I see tie and dye all the time, so I don't want to buy it, I'm not going to pay. You think that Walmart stuff that's coming from China is the real deal. It's not. And so she was saying, I took a tie dye class and I started helping make it. She said it's hard and they're undervaluing their product. They are. Tie dye is fabulous and amazing. I was there with my ex. I mean, I was right there. I watched it. My teaching was a whole other level. I was very talented, and everybody's not. But when you are talented, you really, really are talented. Everybody's not, but a lot of people are. And now, the thing about your art too is, if you don't keep practicing it, you're not going to be as good as you used to be. And I see that happen in the art center. Let's say that the person is a carver, but there's no money in the carving, so he too gets a store and sells the Shosky stuff, the common everyday mask that's not that special to me, but it might be special to you, and that's all that matters, you know. So that's where he makes the money. He don't sometimes make the money off his exact art. So once they go back in to do it, it's not as good, or they're so behind because where they were in the forefront, but because they aren't doing it as much, other people have taken what they did and went to the next level. Anybody that keeps doing something is probably gonna do it better than somebody does every once in a while in the same realm or the same genre. So I always push for any person, man I'm with, or relationship, they're artists, do your mother effing art. Get all this other stuff, but I understand that them like, that sounds like nice, but who's gonna buy it? I believe it's gonna happen. I believe, building the people will come. But, they feel like, we'll do this for a while and then eventually I'll get my own and I'll do my own thing. We pray. We pray. Yeah. I love artists, I do, because artists are expressionists. I mean, they're expressing something that they don't need words to express. And it's so moving, and it's such a conversation in what they're creating that you don't need the words to express it either. You are having a conversation now with the artwork. Or in other words, the artwork speaks to you. My ex used to create so many things that it used to look like masks and artwork and paintings inside the tie-dye. But that's an energy, that's a moment. Too, a lot of times too, they'll start getting a little comfortable too. They're not as hungry. Sometimes you need that, not that you need to be poor to be a great artist, but you definitely need that edge. You gotta not let money be your number one reason of doing it, because it won't be as good. Matter of fact, there's so many artists that said they had so much more fun producing art before the galleries and the arts critics decided that deemed them to be the new, all the rage, the new art, the new Negro for the year of arts. You know what I'm saying? And then they hate it because it's like, you got to produce this and much of that and do more of that. Artists, you can't tell them what to do. That's why you love the art, because it comes through them. So I've seen a lot of artists at the art center, they lose it. They lose their talent because now they're making money, or they're hustling, or they're selling. So they're not hungry. It's not just doing art for art's sake. Everything they do is a selling, and then maybe they don't have time because if I take this day off to do my art, then I'm not gonna make this money that I need. I don't like that. I don't like it. I don't like it. So any artist that I'm with, I need you to do your art. I need you to do your art, and I need you to be happy. Not that I even be with you. I mean, any artist, I will say, I need you to do your art. I believe if you really put it in there, you will get the blessings that come with it. I always gotta do my art. I can't not do my art. I can't have a regular job. Unless the job allows me to have freedom and to do my art. I can do that regular job. Regular just means I work for somebody else. Because a regular job, no, I'm sure they're gonna tell you what to do, but. So, I think art is very important, and I think it's important to the artist. I wish we never created this starving artist thing, and I think that we got to turn that back around with the artists starting themselves. But art is everything. So yeah, I've seen a lot of people, they don't have it. I know a wonderful carver. He said he can't carve no more. He hasn't done it in a long time. People have passed him. They even got new ways of doing different things. He don't know how to do that. He don't know because he ain't practicing. You got to practice it, and it's got to come out of you. That's the part too. It's got to come out of you. And sometimes the artist needs a muse. The muse could be like struggle, like not having a lot, not or freedom, or somebody that or something around them that inspires them, that comes out in them. Because the art center, they always it gives me a feeling every time I come, and I always got to get my energy back up because it's such a talented amount of people, but sometimes they can't do what they would do. I'm selling, or I'm stuck here. Some of them do become stuck there. They live there. Really, some of them are born when they children there, and they literally die there. They never come out to art center. They don't even go out to art center in general. They don't have to. They can get anything you want. Drugs, alcohol, like I'm saying, women, whatever you want, whatever you want. So I think that place always gets me. I always feel like I'm in this like hamster wheel that just goes round and round and round and round. And I just, I don't want to be one of the people there, but I'm not. I mean, I'm not even connecting in that way. But so yeah, I always want the best for everyone. I want the best for everyone. And then also too, when you stay in there, it's hard to grow sometimes because you stay in any one place. You have to grow. It's important to get out and get and see things, and not just from everything I do it's for business. I don't want that. I don't want, I'm good at this, I got to sell it, or I'm going on this vacation, but of course we're going to work too. No, we're just going to go and chill out and relax and do nothing else. Everything's not a business. Or we're going to do this. Always have something. You should start touring. I don't think I want to do that. But you make good money. Yeah, well, that's not my motivation. Or you should, what was the other thing tell me? You should do where you sell to like hotels where the Americans come in, they go to a hotel, you go there and sell. And but not special things, shocksy stuff, the souvenir stuff. I don't care if there's a group of people that don't care that it's only souvenirs. I don't want to sell that. This is not, I'm that artist. Like, I don't care about that. I can't do that shit. I don't want to sell that stuff. I'm calling this stuff being nice. I don't want to sell that. And so unique, and my client, perfect client is unique and wants something different. And another way to say that, and yeah, so. But yeah, they gotta eat. And that makes them very desperate. Very desperate. They're always looking for somebody to help them, somebody to get them out. Their dream is to find a diasporan or American or foreigner of any kind to get them out of there. And a foreigner, she do come sometimes, so it's usually she. So, as I talk about the men are the artists there. The men are the ones that own the stores. The women sell stuff on their heads, and that's what it is. The women sell the clothes. A lot of women that sell the clothes and got the shop, they're designing. The women do sell the clothes. I will say that. Yes, they do. And the women are looking for some foreigner to come and take them away too now, don't get me wrong. But the men are always looking for, and women do come like, I'm going to help you, I'm going to get you this, I'm going to get you a shop, I'm going to put stuff in it, I'm going to help you, I'm going to get this business going for you, and they literally wait for you to do it. And it's fine if, they could get on their feet, but I've seen a lot. Let's say that they break up with the woman. They can't even maintain the business because the woman's mostly bringing them the customers or the people or how to do it. So, it's a lot. It's a lot to, I just want a simpler life. I don't want to really struggle. I don't really want to be like your helpmate like that. I don't believe in marriage in that same old style helpmate lifestyle. I don't believe in that. I believe that we come in both full and we support each other's fullness. That's as easy as I can say it. All righty. Anyway, I gave you a whole day on art, so I hope you like the art talk. No, not gonna. Okay, I knew. Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you for that. Yes. Yeah. All right, y'all. I love you with all my heart. I hope you enjoyed the art talk, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace and love.